Hi everyone, welcome to this new moon meditation. Normally this is held on Insight Timer, but due to technical difficulties we've had to move this over to YouTube. So here I am. My name's Rachel, for those people that don't know, and every week I hold an intuitively guided meditation, and this one falls on the new moon or just before the new moon, which occurs at 3 AM here in the UK. You might want to look up what time that is in your area if you're somewhere else in the world. And I normally draw some cards to help aid the connection to the collective energies moving forward. So with the new moon, generally this is a time when we have new beginnings, we have new ventures or new intentions for the month ahead. And it's a time when things start to grow and develop, just as the new moon does. And it's all based on the understanding that everything that happens outside is a reflection of what's going inside, and vice versa. And everything that is outside of us can be taken as a sign, a symbol, or a message. And the new moon signifies a time, as I said, of a new beginning. Now we're entering a very interesting phase where things are hotting up. There's a lot of change, there's a lot of volatility, there's a lot of energy emerging, and with the new moon in Aries, this is very indicative of a time where people may be feeling a little bit afraid. There may be some clashes or conflicts, there may be some dramas. When we look at the card that's been drawn, this is very much about our perceptions. I'll show you the card. Oh, if you can see it with this, apologies for that. It's also made my camera a bit blurred. Oh, it's come back again. Thank goodness for that. Okay. Well, in case you didn't see that very well, it shows two different types of tree or plant. There's a very conventional looking tree, looks like maybe oak or something, and then we have bamboo, and the word underneath it is comparison. This card is drawn, for those that are interested, from the Osho Zen Tarot pack, my favourite go-to pack of cards. So we are looking at perceptions, and this is very much at the core of any dramas or conflicts or outbursts that may be going on for you in your world. And on the platform, the world platform, more than ever we are seeing this. There's lots of dynamic situations going on in the world. But what is most interesting is that perception is so subjective, isn't it? We look at something and we think we're seeing what we are seeing to be true, and to be true for everyone. But as life often teaches us as we go along our path, that is very often not the case, and we all have a slightly different perspective. And this is something to be aware of. This is what the collective energy coming through this card is saying. Be very aware of your perception. Be aware of how your perception may be shaped, how it may be shaped by the context of your situation, your belief systems, your programming, conditionings, socializations, and the other people around you. And to really take a step back and appraise things and see things with some clarity before jumping in and communicating with anyone in the near future. And also, when it comes to ventures, be very clear about what you perceive as your expectation, and be very clear about other people's expectations. So I like to lead this into a meditation. So I invite you, if you're able to do so, or if you'd like to come back to this later, do so at a later date. Find a comfortable position and meditate with me. I shall lead a intuitively guided meditation. So make yourself comfortable. You may be sat down, you may be lying down, either is fine. Just take a moment to become present, to centre yourself, in this moment. What is going on? Just tune into the senses, tune into what is occurring right in your immediate surroundings and inside of you. When you're ready, gently close your eyes and turn inward. Gently place your awareness on your breath. Just observe without judgment or attachment. Allow your mind to settle, and any thoughts that arise to simply come and go of their own free will. Letting go of any attachment to the thoughts, to anything that is just passing by. Bringing yourself back to simply watching your breath. Notice the rhythm. The natural rhythm of your breath. How the body automatically sets the rhythm to provide enough oxygen for your body. The right pace and rhythm for carbon dioxide to leave your body. Notice where your awareness falls. Does it fall at the point of entry at your nostrils or your mouth? Perhaps it's at the point it hits the top part of your nostrils as it enters deeper into your body. Perhaps it's the back of your throat. Or further down in your abdomen, as your stomach rises and falls. And as you take your next exhale, allow your body to sink into deeper relaxation, releasing any tension that no longer needs to be there. Let your body be held by the surface beneath you. Allow yourself to simply be in this moment. And now I invite you to set an intention for this meditation. Maybe simply to have greater inner peace, maybe to have greater clarity on a situation, maybe something more tangible, like uncovering the next step forward on a venture or project. And when you're ready, give a blessing to that intention and release it to the divine intelligence, the intelligence that gives rise to life. Allow that greater consciousness to guide you and assist you. So in this meditation, let us explore what energies, what themes are coming up around this time of new beginnings, of initiations. Time of life, when life springs forward and grows. During this new moon, we are being called to look at what is emerging. It's a time of reflection, bringing what is inward outward into the world. Planting seeds. So what do we wish to grow? The first place where anything is initiated is in the mind's eye, in consciousness. The thought, the idea, is the catalyst for word and action. This is very much a subjective experience. The ground from which ideas arise comes with so much richness, so much history. In this world of relativity, of opposites, of duality, no one person, no one collective or group can ever be said to have the version of the truth. Yet at the same time, it is a piece in this creative unfolding that is happening continuously. every blade of grass, every leaf, every petal, every cloud, all are unique, giving their own manifested reality, their own pattern. And when we interact with the world, we bring our own unique approach, our own understanding. Such a beautiful unfolding. Life and creation is a wonderment, something to be celebrated. However, at times, different perspectives, different mindsets, different intentions may not always align. And sometimes it may seem as though others have greater handle on what is true. They may seem and appear to have a greater understanding. And we may feel that our version of the truth is somehow less valid. And equally, the alternative can occur. Life can be quite a challenge. There's so many comparisons and ways to approach life. Just like in all of nature, there is a natural order, there's a natural synergy. A balance, if you like. And innately within us, there is this ability. It's very often our attachments and our own desires that block us from seeing a way to harmonize and integrate all these different perspectives, all these different ways. Ways in which different ways of looking at things, different ways of living can actually complement each other. All of this ability to live in harmony and cooperation as opposed to conflict and fear, it's very much based on our own level of consciousness and where our consciousness and awareness is placed. I invite you to try this simple exercise. as an illustration, tune into a sound, the sound of your breathing, a sound around you in your room or in your space. Just place your awareness on that sound. It may even be the sound of my voice. What thoughts or impressions come up when you tune into that sound? Perhaps it's fairly neutral, but however subtle, there will be a thought or impression, a feeling, an interpretation. And now place your awareness on a sound further away, sound outside of your room, beyond your immediate space. Again, become aware of any impressions or definitions or judgments, however subtle, that may come up about that sound. Maybe a simple label, may become aware of some stories around that sound, about both sounds, both different, both seemingly at odds or contrasted. Perhaps there's a preference for one sound over another. These different impressions, these labels, defining, comparing two different sensory inputs from our environment. However, beyond the labels, beyond the definitions or impressions, there is also some commonality. I invite you now to place your awareness on both sounds, and you may pick different ones if other sounds you were focused on before have gone. That's fine, but placing your awareness on two different sources of sound or noise. Allow any labels or impressions to fall away, just come and go, without attachment to following that thought. Just let them come and go, and just become the neutral observer. Notice how you feel in this space of simply observing without label or attachment. You may become aware of a subtle or not so subtle sense of peace, equanimity, both sounds indicating that life is happening, that there is movement. And underlying this is the universal connection of life. And beyond this, consciousness. Without conscious awareness, there is no thing. And how else may they be connected? Unknown to us, to our conscious minds. There is a lot more. The sound of your breathing and the sound of trees blowing in the wind. Both require air or give oxygen. As we know, when we breathe in oxygen, this is being produced by the trees outside. And as we breathe out our carbon dioxide, plants and trees breathe this in. A simple example, but one of countless, where underneath the surface, where we see two distinct and very different contrasting sources of noise or sound, there is a commonality and a synergy. I invite you to explore this now for a few moments. What commonality or synergy is there between the two sources of sound you placed your awareness on a few moments ago? Allow the answers to arise in your meditative space. If nothing immediately comes up, that's fine too. This is all about exploration and being open to exploring what else may be happening. What new ways can we look at things? So in this simple exercise, the analogy of two different contrasting sources of sound are an illustration of life in general. The comparison that we constantly do in the thinking mind. predisposition of the thinking mind to label, to compare, as in the card. Seeing the contrasting elements, the differences, which can lead on to feelings of superiority or inferiority, feelings of being right or wrong, fear or love. The list goes on. These all arise from this predisposition, this conditioned mind to compare and to impose a construct on our world, which can lead to internal conflict and external conflicts. Of course, even the label of right or wrong when it comes to conflict is subjective. However, we can all identify how conflict feels. And it is up to us as conscious, free-willed, sentient beings whether we choose to sit in conflict and stay in conflict, or whether we wish to choose something else. And to identify how that makes us feel. What is aligned with our highest good? What is aligned with our true nature? Without the labels, without the comparisons, without the attachments. There is a peace and a harmony. So here lies the inner work, here lies the invitation as you move forward into this month ahead and beyond. Become aware of the conditioned response to compare, to create perceptions and stories and labels and impose them without judgment. This is not about right or wrong, but choice and awareness. And in that awareness of labeling, you may like to explore this. See a new way of looking at the situation in which you are comparing, contrasting, or judging. Where is the commonality? Where is the link between the two? How else can this be seen? In what way can the situation you find yourself in be interpreted in a way that makes you and others feel more at peace or harmony, more constructive, more creative, more at ease. This, I suggest, is the antidote to internal or external conflict. We have, as conscious, creative beings, the ability to choose out of a myriad of ways of leading our life and responding to life. Such a magical and beautiful experience. I wish you great happiness and joy and creativity. May this new moon in Aries bring you the grounds to grow mentally, emotionally and spiritually, in strength, in awareness, in consciousness, as a co-creator of your own reality. As we come to a close in this meditation, take a few moments to bring yourself back to your breath, the anchor point, to step into your still point, your center. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. May you be happy and free. May your beings be happy and free. And may your words and actions and thoughts contribute to the happiness and the freedom of you and all beings you encounter. When you're ready, you may open your eyes. Bring yourself back into your daily consciousness, becoming aware of your room and your surroundings and your body. Thank you for participating in this meditation. Please do share this forward to others. It's a pleasure, as always, to be of service and to offer this time to take a moment to reflect and to explore some of these themes. I shall be back again on Insight Timer, all being well, with no technical difficulties, and I shall post a link on the comments section of this video, but you can look me up on Insight Timer, my full name on there as Rachel Murphy-Bonner. So I shall see you again, and I wish you all the very best in the coming weeks, coming months. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.